Welcome everyone at Grace Hall. Here we have the women's volleyball, Lehigh versus Virginia Tech. My name is Melena Sheldon, and with me is Janine Chacha. We are here today with Lehigh Broadcasting Club. Things are starting to pick up out here. 1 minute until the game starts. Our head coach here today is Alexa Keckler. It is her 6th season here. We are now preparing for the national anthem. On our team today is Ufoma Omene. She was just voted Rookie of the Week last week. She plays right side hitter. The starting lineup for Virginia Tech is now being called. Chemistry could account for both teams' successes so far. Virginia Tech 6-0, Lehigh 5-1. Virginia Tech setting up the serve now. Out of bounds. Virginia Tech with 1 point. They take the ball back. Lehigh resets. Serving for Virginia Tech is number 17, Leandra Manguel Duran. Bump, set, blocked by Virginia Tech. Lehigh recovers, sets it up, spikes, point.
That was a great hit out of transition for Lehigh.
It's a good rally going for sure. Lehigh now has the serve. Out of bounds. Scores now 2-1 Virginia. Lehigh responds to the serve.
Oh, that goes long. Oh.
Virginia Tech with a spike down.
Back. Goes right through the block.
Serving now is number 9, Sierra Katz. Tough spot there. Number 9 hits. Lehigh bumps. Sets it up nicely. Oh, and out of bounds.
It goes long.
A little too much there. The setup was good though. Sierra serving again for Virginia Tech. Puts it over the net.
Ooh, and that's an ace. That would be an ace for Virginia Tech.
New ball is coming into play now. Number 9 for Virginia Tech. Serve is done.
Nice receive.
Spike
right over the block. Oh, but the
It's kept in the air. It's kept in the air.
Awesome.
Virginia with the ball.
Okay.
Spikes it over.
Oh,
out of bounds. Lehigh
out of
with the point. The score is now 5-2 Virginia. Lehigh's getting back into it. Serving for Lehigh was number 10. Madison McCartney. Virginia just scored a point. Virginia Tech number 0, Hannah Borer. Spike. Lehigh sets it up. Virginia Tech responds. Sets it up, taps it over. Lehigh bunks it, sets it up. Locked.
Off the block.
It's out of bounds. All Virginia Tech. Lehigh with the point.
That's a great go off the block. Out in that deep corner. Right to the front.
Molly Thompson was the one who just served
With
that.
that kind of swing, it's quite hard to block that one. Number 14.
That was a very good spike.
Good swing right down the middle. Right through the seam.
Virginia Tech got the point on that one. Number 7 for Virginia Tech, Olivia Angel just posted.
Great effort on Virginia Tech, but they unfortunately couldn't come up with it. I'll say that one.
Lehigh with the point. Serving now is number 22. Megan Schulte hits it over the net. Virginia Tech responds. Spikes it over.
Ooh.
Bumped back by Lehigh. Sets up nicely. They respond back. Virginia Tech sets it up for their third hit.
Wow.
Out of bounds by Lehigh, point Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech hits it over. Lehigh responds with a bump, a set, and a spike over, but it's hit back. Out of bounds by Virginia Tech. Point for Lehigh.
A little bit of a mistime between the set and the hit, but the kill still goes through, so there goes a point to Lehigh.
Lehigh serves. Over the net by number 16. Lehigh with the point. Virginia Tech couldn't respond to the...
There was a gap at the beginning, a 4-point difference, but now Lehigh's beginning to catch up. It looks like they're starting to go on a run.
Molly Thompson again with the serve. Hits it over. Virginia responds, sets it up,
serve.
spikes.
Right. Oh, and
Point for Virginia
court.
Tech. That was a classic bump set spike situation there, right into the top corner. It's another point for Virginia. Lehigh stays in ready position. Number 14 for Virginia's now serve, makes it over. Bump back by Lehigh, sets it up, goes in for the spike, number 17. Virginia responds, set it back over, out of bounds.
Wow.
Correction, it was on the line, which means that Virginia Tech has got the point. The score is now 10-6. Virginia hits it over. Lehigh responds. Sets it up. Beautiful spike.
Tough serve, and we respond.
That was number 17, Katerina Kaborov. Some substitutes are being made right now. Katerina Kaburov is the outside hitter of the team. Lehigh spikes it over. Virginia Tech response.
Free ball
Hits
back
it
to
over.
Lehigh. Perfect pass. The set is there. A bit of a roll shot over. Oh.
Virginia Tech with the point.
In with the kill. There seems to be a little bit of a mistime between the set and the hitter. Hopefully next time we can make better use of the free ball that comes our way.
Lehigh with the setup, spikes it
Boom,
over,
off the
slightly
ground.
blocked by Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech holds it up, they spike it
Oh.
inside. Virginia Tech with another point. A small rally went on there. Virginia Tech seems to be at the beginning of the rotation again as number 17 is ready. And she just missed. Her serve was short, hit the net.
Service error from Virginia Tech. All right, now this is our opportunity. The Hawks' opportunity to go on a run, catch up close deficit.
Lehigh serves it
In.
over.
Set.
Third hit by
Oh,
Virginia was blocked.
And they
Virginia
keep
keeps
going.
it up. Lehigh responds. Final touch for Lehigh is a spike.
Off
Virginia
the
responds, but it
block.
goes out. The score is now 12-9, Virginia Tech. Lehigh is now serving. Over the net. Virginia hits it in two.
Ooh, drops at
Blocked.
the net. Lehigh takes
Virginia spikes it over.
Great
A
defense
beautiful
by
hit.
15 by
Yes.
Brown. Beautiful dig right there. Oh, and it's
Yes.
it goes out. It goes out. Virginia Tech could not make,
Great point by
could not
Lehigh.
capitalize off that ball. They try to hit it over, and it goes out.
That was Kylie Brown who made that dive save to get the ball and kept them alive to get the point in the end. Lehigh serves.
All right, we're closing in on two. Hit.
Out of bounds by
Oh.
Lehigh. Point Virginia Tech. Rotations are being made. Subs coming in and out for both teams. I have to say, Janine, both teams really seem to be into it.
No, yeah, you think one team made the point and wrong. The rally keeps on going,
Does.
keeping us on our toes.
Yep.
All right.
Lehigh spikes it over,
Ooh,
out of bounds by
cross
Virginia
court.
Tech.
Beautiful cross-court shot by 22.
Virginia Tech still in the lead, but Lehigh looks like they're
Oh,
coming
we're
back.
catching up. We're catching up. All right.
Number 10 sets it over for Lehigh. Tap it over for Virginia. Set it up. That is a block by Virginia Tech.
That was a
Lehigh
tough
tried to spike
block.
it over. Our outside hitter who just tried to spike it over was Megan Schulte. Lehigh sets it up. Responds great.
Ooh.
Out of bounds by
Couldn't
Lehigh.
come up with that one. Virginia Tech takes the point. And we're going now to the media timeout. We'll be back shortly.
And we are back here at Grace Hall, Lehigh versus Virginia Tech. Number 0 for Virginia is now serving. That is Hannah Borer. Hits it over the net. Virginia Tech with a big spike against Lehigh gives them the point.
So you're wondering if Virginia Tech was able to keep up the momentum. The answer is yes, with number 24, Francis's kill right down the middle.
Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh responds, sets up for the spike. Hit back by Virginia Tech, who spikes it over and gives the point.
Great kill by 14 Dupree, but unfortunately Virginia Tech responds. They're able to get a kill right down the seam in between the blockers.
Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh bumps, sets, spikes it over, and it's a point for Lehigh.
And we're able to do the same right down the block in between those two blockers.
Lehigh setting up now to serve. Serves it over the net. Oh, and it is out of bounds.
All right, service error, number 1 for the Hawks. Otherwise, the serving has been pretty clean on both teams.
And we have another timeout. Lehigh is down right now, but they have been known for their comebacks. In fact, very recently, they just did a big comeback against one of their biggest games. Lehigh had completed their comebacks against UConn and Hofstra. They finished the weekend 3-0.
think a timeout being called here was wise because it seems like Virginia Tech is going on the long run with the gap widening every time. Now, the serving has been pretty clean on each side, so it's more of a question of who is hitting cleaner. So if the Hawks want to make a comeback, they'll definitely have to clean up their kills and perhaps tighten up their blocking as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. A lot of the errors being made here just seem to be small things. It seems altogether the team knows what they're doing. They're working together. They know how to play.
It's important for each team to not underestimate each other because once they get going, they get going. It's just a question of where momentum's at right now.
Virginia Tech serves, misses. Net has been hit. Point for Lehigh. Lehigh has the ball in possession. Setting up to serve it over. Lehigh hits it over. Nope.
So now both teams have 2 service errors.
2 back-to-back hitting the nets. Virginia Tech with the ball. Serves it, goes over. Lehigh responds, sets it up. It's blocked by Virginia Tech. Point, Virginia. The score is now 20-13, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech serves it over. Bumped by Lehigh, set up, spiked. Point Lehigh. That was a close one. There was question of whether it went over the line or not, but it made it in. Lehigh serves. Goes over.
Great
Virginia
job
Tech
by
responds. Oh, spiked by number 15 on Virginia Tech, and that is, let's see here, Jasmine Robinson.
A kill that couldn't have been done without the beautiful dig by number 4, Rodriguez, making it really easy for their setter to set up the perfect kill.
Virginia Tech sets it up, makes it over the net. Lehigh bumps. Lehigh sets it up, and there's a spike down, but Virginia Tech responds. They set it up, hit it over, but Lehigh gets it back. Lehigh taps it over. Virginia Tech responds. Virginia Tech sets it up on their side. Missed spike for Virginia Tech, giving Lehigh the point. Substitutes are being made now for Lehigh.
14 was able to body the kill made, but they were unfortunately not able to make a kill back at the Hawks. Let's see what they can do in this next
Lehigh
play.
serves it over. Virginia Tech responds with a bump. They spike it, but it was blocked by Lehigh. Blocked by number 17. For the second time, we have Katerina Kaborov. But that did go out of bounds. It was a point for Virginia Tech. It wasn't clean. Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh with the spike and the point. Great way to response. Lehigh serves it over. Virginia Tech responds. They try to tap it over, but Lehigh spikes it down. That was number 22, Megan Schulte. Virginia Tech hits it over. Lehigh sets it up. Point Lehigh.
Point goes to Rookie of the Week. Ramone, number 14. Let's see if the Hawks can close the deficit.
Lehigh serves it over. Virginia Tech responds, sets it up for a spike. Lehigh gets it back with a bump. Try to spike it over, it is out of bounds. Virginia Tech with the point. Virginia Tech with the ball. Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh responds with a bump. Set. Tap over. Virginia Tech was able to respond. Now they spike. Bump back by number 15 on Lehigh. Lehigh tries to spike it over. It is blocked by Lehigh.
Beautiful block.
What a rally.
On set point, Lehigh was able to make a comeback. Beautiful, beautiful dig by 15.
Megan Schulte, the block before.
Beautiful dig by Brown. Beautiful kick by Schulte. Great, great effort on both sides of the net.
Virginia Tech seems to be in their game point. The score of 24-18. Lehigh has to stay in this. They serve it over. Virginia Tech sets it up, spike it over, and it's a spike. Virginia Tech wins the first set. Teams are now switching side, preparing for the second set.
No, this is a great first set. Huge part of it is the great defense being played by both sides. You thought the point was over, you thought wrong. The ball seems to be coming up each and every time. It's really just a question of what's going on around the net. Virginia Tech took the first set 25-18. We'll see how the Lehigh Hawks respond to the Hokies taking the lead.
Definitely seeing some good things out there. Definitely see, of course, teamwork. The energy has been up the entire time. What do you have to say about that?
I will have to say there wasn't any sign of nervousness. There seemed to be a fair good amount of chemistry on both sides. Killer swings. I will say it's just about, it really is about the blocking. I've noticed that some of the kids are able to go in between the seams, a little bit of a mistiming between the setter and the hitter. Hopefully, they were just playing up a couple jitters in the first set of the first game. But I'm sure with the momentum built at the UConn tournament, the Hawks can turn this one around, and for Virginia Tech, all they got to do is keep up the good work.
Definitely, that's for sure. You know, and every position counts. Outside hitter, the defensive specialist, middle blocker. They seem to have a good diverse of them here on both sides. Everyone is contributing. The ball could go anywhere at any time. Everybody has to be in ready position, as they seem to be. Respond quickly, especially with those big spikes. Bit of a chant going on here. Virginia Tech starts to take their positions. Lehigh starting to come out again for our second set. Lehigh University is serving first this time as Virginia Tech served the other set. McKenna Smith serves it over. Virginia Tech hits it back. Lehigh responds. Spiked by Lehigh. It's kept alive by Virginia Tech. Lehigh gets the point. Correction. Oh, no, it was Lehigh. The scoreboard said it was guest point, but Lehigh was the one with the point. Virginia Tech sets it up, hits it over. Response by Lehigh. They tap it over. Oh, but Virginia Tech gets it back. Virginia Tech spikes it over. Lehigh with the response with the bump. Sets it up. Beautiful spike right down. And there we have it. A 2-0 lead by Lehigh. Great rally back and forth. Lehigh serves it over. Virginia Tech keeps it in. Lehigh responds, trying to set it up. Spikes it down. 2 in a row for Lehigh. It is now 3-0 Lehigh. Smith serves. Goes over the net. Virginia Tech responds. They try to tap it over. Point Virginia Tech.
The run has come to an end, but Smith has done a great job putting Lehigh at a good advantage over Virginia Tech with a strong serve. The first line of defense, after all, starts at the service line, and Smith has done a great job.
That was Virginia Tech with the serve. It was out of bounds, giving Lehigh the point. Now we have Kaborov, number 17, serves it over. Virginia Tech responds, sets it up, tries to hit it back over. They make it. Lehigh responds with a bump. They're set. They spike it down. It is out of bounds. That was point for Virginia Tech. Lehigh tried to set it up there. The spike had a little too much power.
There was great pace, just needs to be a little more cleaner next time.
Virginia Tech with the ball. The serve makes it over the net. Oh, with the tip. Lehigh sets it up to the side. Virginia Tech was blocked. Set it up. Lehigh responds, keeps it in the air. Not quite sure what happened there, but Virginia Tech got the ball. Might have been out of bounds. Might have been the way it was set up. When you set up that ball, you got to make sure you do it correctly. You can't catch it in any way. Could have been hit more than 3 times. Virginia Tech hits it over. Lehigh responds, tries to spike it. And there's the point for Lehigh. Virginia Tech tried to block, still able to go in.
Those kinds of shots are especially hard to defend because you think you block them off wrong, it rolls off and goes crisp down the court.
Here's Madison McCartney, serves it over. And we have an ace.
All right, service ace by McCartney.
McCartney is the middle blocker.
Dropped a bit short. Virginia Tech wasn't able to come up with it. Let's see what happens here.
Serves it over, makes it. It is out of bounds. Lehigh 6, Virginia Tech 4, setting it back up. Virginia Tech hits it over. Lehigh sets it up, spike. Dive response by Virginia. They bump it over slowly. Yep, there, they're setting up. There we have Lehigh with the spike.
Virginia Tech wasn't able to get a kill off that. They sent a free ball back to the Hawks, and the Hawks show them what they can do. 14. Omenek cutting down the ball. Great great kill.
Here we have Abby Felkai. Serves it over for Lehigh. Virginia Tech responds, spikes it over. It was called in.
Beautiful line shot by 14 Dupre. Killer swing.
There's a point for Virginia Tech there. Virginia Tech sets it up. Swifts it over. Lehigh sets it up. Virginia Tech responds. Virginia Tech spikes it over. Lehigh gets it back. A rally's going on now. Spikes it by Lehigh, but there's a block. Virginia Tech responds. Virginia Tech spikes it over. Blocked by Lehigh. Oh, but Virginia Tech bounces it back. Lehigh bounces. They hit it over. Virginia Tech sets it back up. She tries to tap it, but Lehigh responds. Lehigh's keeping it up in the air. Lehigh spikes it. Virginia Tech dives. It gets it back. Virginia Tech and Lehigh are going back and forth here. They tap it. They can't keep it up. Virginia Tech. Lehigh gets the point after a long rally. Wow.
It's these rallies that go to show that it's not all about the technique, but it's also a game of stamina. Who can keep it up? Who has the eye on the ball? You lose track of it, and then you might end up letting it drop, even though you have great swings, great
Lehigh
blocks.
serves it over. Virginia Tech responds. They try to set it up. Hits the net out of bounds. Lehigh with the point.
That was a wonderful rally, and great efforts were made by each side. The ball here just seems to fall out of play.
Now we have Schulte setting it up, sets it, goes over the net. Virginia Tech responds, bump, set it up. Lehigh responds, tries to get it forward a little. They try to spike. Virginia Tech gets it back. They spike it over. Lehigh just misses.
Miscommunication on the Hawk side. Great dig by Rodriguez, number 4 for Virginia Tech. Keeping the Hokies in play.
Virginia Tech now serving. Over the net. Lehigh bumps. They set it up. They spike it, and it is blocked by Virginia Tech.
That was a great block, but the Hawks were able to side out on it.
Virginia Tech hit it out of bounds with that block, so the point went to Lehigh. Lehigh serves it, goes over. There's a bump by Virginia. A set, spike, out of bounds. Lehigh with another point. The score is now 11-6. Lehigh now taking the lead this entire set, as opposed to last set where they were down the whole time.
Right, and now the momentum's on the Hawk side. It's a question of can they keep it there. And for Virginia Tech, it's just a question of being a little bit cleaner, a little more intentional about where the kills are going, reading the court a little better perhaps.
There's been a few times this set that two people have gone for the ball. Communication has got to happen here.
And not letting the crowd get to them. Clearly the Hawks have some very passionate fans on the sidelines.
Here's Emily Stewart. Hits the ball over the net. Give it a little tip. Virginia Tech with the point.
That was a tough serve because it almost didn't cross the net. It touches the tape and rolls on down, but Virginia Tech was able to make that a great opportunity and gets the kill.
Virginia Tech setting up for their set. Hits it over. Lehigh responds. It's bump, tries to keep it in. Spike. It is out of bounds. Point for Virginia. Everyone resets. The serve is now about to happen. They serve it over. Lehigh responds with a bump. The set. The spike. Oh, tap over. Lehigh keeps it in the air. Virginia Tech is able to respond, keeping the ball up. Spike, and she hits the net. That is a point for Lehigh. Lehigh keeping the lead. Seem to have gone through their rotation. It is served over the net. It is bumped by Virginia Tech. Spiked over. Blocked, but Lehigh keeps it in the air. Oh, and it just goes down. Right under the net. The ball spanned. Virginia Tech with the point.
Schulte with the beautiful effort made. Great dig. Unfortunately, does not clear the net.
Crowd giving Virginia Tech a tough time. They serve it over. It's good. Lehigh sets it up. Spikes it down. Point Lehigh. Beautiful spike right into the left corner. It was a great response.
To be able to get that kind of kill in that position, great work from the Hogs. That is a tough spot to defend.
And the serve is good by Lehigh. Virginia Tech hits it back quickly, only 2 touches. Lehigh takes their 3, but it is blocked. Virginia Tech blocks, but can't make it back over the other side, giving Lehigh the point. It's now 14-9 Lehigh in this second set.
It was very interesting seeing the setter try to be a little more aggressive at the net. Oh.
Virginia Tech just got another point. Lehigh's up by 4 points now. Virginia Tech up the serve, they make it over. Lehigh responds, tries to keep it in the air, communicate, hit it over. Flag has been called. There is a point for Virginia Tech.
Great effort on the Hawks side. They're just trying to get the ball over the net. Unfortunately, the ball went out a little bit further out than anticipated, so it was out of play.
Virginia Tech serves, makes it over. Lehigh responds with a bump. Oh, hits the side of the net. It's a point on a technicality of where the ball went on the net. Point for Virginia Tech. Lehigh still up by 2. Virginia Tech responds. Lehigh sets it up. Lehigh taps it down. Virginia keeps it up in the air. The dive. Lehigh sets it up with their 3rd hit. Spike right down the middle, but oh my gosh, Virginia Tech keeps it up. Wow. And now it goes out of bounds by Lehigh. Couldn't set it up nicely.
And that play, that point goes to Rodriguez, number 4. Can't keep saying her name enough. 2 beautiful back-to-back digs.
Here we have a timeout. Now it is a 1-point difference between Lehigh and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech seemed to have responded and gained a few points on their half, but
no, seriously, wow, that was a great response because as you were mentioning, like Lehigh had a notable lead, and then Virginia Tech didn't let that demoralize them. They responded. Now they're back tying. They're about to tie it up. 1 point away from doing so.
Definitely. If you're interested, the girls volleyball team for Lehigh will be playing Delaware State tomorrow at 7 p.m. The next day after that, on Saturday, 12 p.m., Binghamton and FDU. Later that day, 7 o'clock. Seconds left in the timeout here. Both teams getting into position, getting themselves up. Virginia Tech serves it over the net. Lehigh responds with a bump pretty high up in the air. It's going both sides, but Lehigh takes control, spikes it over. Virginia Tech responds back with a spike over, but Lehigh keeps it in the air. Virginia Tech taps it over with the spike, and it's in. Virginia Tech with a point. We had a little rally going there. The game is now tied, 14-all. Here we have the spike over. It was blocked. Virginia Tech.
And that's the clean kind of block I was talking about. Beautiful, well-timed. The Hawks were shut out at that point.
Lehigh now giving a substitution. Virginia Tech is now up.
They're in the lead.
Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh responds, tries to tap it over. It is out of bounds. Virginia Tech, a 2-point lead now. Virginia hits it over. Lehigh responds with a bump. They set it, with the tap over. Virginia Tech was able to respond. Lehigh taps it back. Virginia Tech tries to set it up. They spike it over. Lehigh hitting it with the shoulder. They spike it back. Lehigh responds, but it goes out of bounds.
With the quick down the middle, Virginia Tech was able to catch the Hawks off guard, and then their next kill, they were able to be quite successful with that one, and the Hawks were not able to body it.
Another timeout has been called. Women's volleyball for Lehigh will also be playing Villanova on Wednesday the 13th. This will also be taking place in Grace Hall. Rookie of the Week last week. She is from South Holland, the third, went to Marist High School and is in the College of Arts and Sciences. She is also a first year, makes sense with the rookie. She's the right side hitter of the team, really making her mark here at Lehigh. Virginia has the ball, getting ready to serve it. Game has been called to start. Continue. Sorry. Lehigh tries to spike it over. Virginia Tech with a response. They bump, set, and they spike it over. Nobody was in the middle of a respond. Everybody kind of hesitated there with Lehigh, giving Virginia the point. Sometimes the quick call's got to be made.
Virginia Tech is back with authority after the timeout. Both interested to see how Lehigh will respond. They're now trailing the Hokies by 4 points. But hey, we've seen the setter be aggressive. Beautiful digs being done by Brown. They definitely got potential to come back. It's just all about communicating.
Serve goes over the net. Lehigh responds, hits it over. Virginia Tech is able to bounce it, keep it in the air. They set it back over. Lehigh bounces, tries to set it up. Spike there. Virginia Tech responds with a bump. They set it, they spike it. It's blocked by Lehigh.
Solo block.
Lehigh with the point.
Put an end to that play.
That was Madison McCartney with the block. That gave Lehigh the point, number 10. Lehigh gets back the possession of the ball, spiking it over. And it is ace.
That's an ace.
Lehigh keeping
Beautiful
the game
serve.
in.
Let's see if they can do it again. Go on a run.
Hits it over. Virginia Tech sets it back. Lehigh sets it up, spikes. Out of bounds. Point Virginia Tech. They are now in possession to serve again. Virginia Tech hits it over. Lehigh responds with 3 hits. They set it back over, but Virginia is able to block it, keep it in the air. They serve it back. Lehigh with the tap up. Virginia Tech is able to respond. They set it down. The dive saving by Lehigh. Keep it up in the air. They spike it back over, and it's a point for Lehigh.
Virginia Tech got the Hawks out of system with the setter having to dig the ball up. You have 14. Omene is able to get a beautiful kill out of that, even out of transition. The Hawks are catching up. Let's see if we can keep the ball in play.
Virginia Tech just cleaning the floors off a little bit. Lehigh preparing to serve the ball. Felkai with possession for Lehigh. Shuts it up to serve. Hits it over the net. Virginia Tech responds. They do bump, set, spike, and it is a good. Virginia Tech with another point.
They received a perfect set. Easy kill for Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech prepares to serve.
There seems to be a bit of moisture on both sides of the court.
Lots of cleaning. There's a lot of diving going on in volleyball, especially this game particularly. A lot has been saved by some dives, keeping it up and in the air. Seems to start again.
And we're on.
Virginia hits it over. Lehigh responds, tries to keep it in. Spikes it over, it is out of bounds. Too much power in that one. Virginia Tech hits it over. Lehigh responds, sets it up, tries to tap it over, they make it. Virginia Tech is able to respond, they tap it over. Lehigh's just there with the dive. One more hit, they set it up. Virginia Tech gets it back, to spike it up. Lehigh tries to keep it up and it goes out of bounds. Virginia Tech with another point.
Now that is quite a tough serve. It goes in between the two receivers in the back, so there is a bit of indecision. Comes naturally, who's gonna get it? So that slows down the speed of the kill and makes it a little more.
Virginia Tech serves.
Gets them out of system.
Lehigh bump set spikes. And there you go, another
and we're
point
back.
for Lehigh.
We were a little bit out of transition in these past plays, but now we're back. A beautiful kill by
Lehigh sets up to serve. Hits it over the net. Virginia tries to set it up, bump set spike, and it's blocked by Lehigh. Virginia Tech keeps it in, and they set it back over the net. Lehigh responds, 3 hits, they spike it. Virginia Tech hits it back. Virginia Tech sets it back over the net. Lehigh responds, bump, set, spike, but it is blocked by Virginia, and they keep it up in the air. One more hit, and it's down, they miss. Virginia Tech hitting the net, giving Lehigh the point.
great job by Stewart there with that kill. Even though it was picked up, Hawks got the point. Kudos to Virginia Tech for still taking swings, for still taking rips at it, not letting the ball drop.
Lehigh Schulte hitting it over the net for the serve. Virginia Tech responds with the tap. Keeps it in, Lehigh. Lehigh spikes it. Virginia Tech barely keeps it in. Lehigh's setting it up. Lehigh spikes. Keeps it in. That is a point for Lehigh. Very close call there, but it was in.
Right. Virginia Tech has got a lot of finesse. If you notice on the outside, it looked like she was going to go for a quick kill. She sent it off for a roll shot, and yet the Hawks take the point.
Lehigh serves it back over. Virginia Tech hits it. Lehigh dribbles it, tries to keep it in the air. But on the second hit, falls short, giving Virginia Tech the point. Score is 23-20. It is a win by 2 each set.
Great effort is shown on both sides. It's just a question of who wants the ball more.
Virginia Tech hits it over.
All right, Lehigh's within 2. Let's see now that they're up to serve. Let's see if they can go on a run.
Virginia's serve went out of bounds, giving Lehigh the point and possession. Lehigh hits it over. Virginia responds with a bump. Set. Spike it over. Lehigh responds with a bump. Goes very high into the air. Lehigh gets it back in control. Tries to spike it over. It hits the net, but it goes back over. Virginia Tech bumps, sets, and they try to spike it over. It was blocked by Lehigh, but went out of bounds, giving Virginia Tech the point and the match point. 24-21. Virginia Tech needs one more to win. Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh responds with a bump. Set it up, try to spike it down. It's out of bounds. Virginia Tech, the win of the second set. Both teams now switching sides again.
Virginia Tech now leads with 2 sets under their belts. Yeah, both teams are having a great game. The Hawks are making some impressive digs and awesome kills. But when Virginia Tech gets momentum on their side, they go on runs. They seem quite hard to stop. Even when the setters are aggressive and your blocks are clean, they still find ways to finesse through it, to adjust their sets, to adjust the kind of shots that they're making. And it shows. Lehigh has great potential. Brown in the back has come up with incredible digs, especially in those last 2 plays, with just her hands sliding under the ball, keeping the ball in play for her team. Even when the setter's been kind of out of system, they've been able to make great plays.
The pressure is definitely on now for Lehigh. It's best out of 5 each set. Virginia Tech now winning 2. This next win in the set would give them the win of the whole game.
But they've also got a win streak under their belts. Perhaps they're not having the greatest of starts, but that doesn't mean that they can turn things around.
For sure. And they have definitely been known, especially this season, for their comebacks. Hopefully tonight will be another case of that. More about our players today for Lehigh. We had Abby Felkai make a few good moves today. She is the setter of the team. She is from Downtonville. Went to high school in Dawson County. Is also going to be in the School of Art and is also in the Arts and Sciences as a first year. Also saw a few good things from McKenna Smith, who is a junior, also another setter of the team. Broadneck High School, and is majoring in art history. We will be right back for the third set. are back for the third set. Just to give a quick recap, the first set was won by Virginia Tech, 25-18. Second one was also won by Virginia Tech, 25-21.
Now the question is, how will the Hawks respond? You got an opponent with a lot of finesse, has honed their techniques, but hey, you have as well. So now it's just a question of not losing focus, communicating cleaner, and being on the same page as all the people on your team. You know you got it. You came out on top, fresh out of a tournament. Just a question of whether you can keep that spirit and make sure momentum's on your side. And for Virginia Tech, it's just a question of locking in. This is your chance. You already got 2 under your belt. One more, and it's a sweep.
Virginia Tech serving first. Hits it over, goes over the net. Lehigh responds, bumps it, keeps it in the middle. They set it back over. Oh, and a backwards tap by Virginia Tech, giving them the first point of the third set. Virginia Tech setting it back. Lehigh responds, hitting it back over. Virginia Tech spikes it. Lehigh blocks and sets it back up. They're able to tap it back over. Virginia Tech responds. They set it, spike it down. Lehigh responds, but the ball goes out, giving Virginia Tech the point.
The block was a little bit slow. They were unable to close the seam, and Virginia Tech capitalized off of that.
Lehigh sets it down. It was out of bounds. The call was reversed, giving Lehigh.
Seems to be a dispute at the net. Umone apparently made a line shot, but the point was awarded to Virginia Tech because it was out.
Virginia Tech up 3-0, keeping possession. Serve goes over the net. Lehigh responds. Virginia Tech blocks Lehigh's spike. Lehigh unable to respond, giving the point up to Virginia. Virginia serves it over the net. Lehigh bumps, they set, they spike it over. Virginia Tech responds. They keep it up with the dive. They send it back over the net. Lehigh bumps, they set, they spike. Virginia Tech is unable to respond, giving Lehigh their first point of the set.
All right, there goes McCartney with the rips. It seems like Lehigh is having success with the middle. Those quick kills. Rodriguez was ready for one of them. Another one went out of play.
Lehigh serves it over. Virginia responds. They bump set spike, but Lehigh responds. They set it back up. They keep it up in the air barely, but can't get it back over.
Great effort on the behalf of the Hawks. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to clear the net. Point goes to Virginia Tech. The block was pretty clean. It allowed Brown to dig it up quite efficiently. Unfortunately, it just went a little bit awry.
Virginia Tech with the serve. Lehigh responds with the set. They try to spike it over, but it's blocked by Virginia Tech. They were able to block it right back into play where Lehigh couldn't respond, giving Virginia the point. Score now 6-1. Virginia with a decent lead. Virginia serves it, goes over the net, and that is going to be an
Great
ace.
serve. Great serve from Virginia Tech. Fell a little short. Hawks weren't able to come under it. Point goes back to them. That was Cates, number 9, on the service line.
Cates hits it over. The play was not called yet. Seems to be talk. A yellow card has been pulled. Not sure what that means, but we're going back into it. Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh with great steps to get it over the net. Blocked by Lehigh, giving them the point.
Omone shuts it down. They thought they had a kill, not on her watch. Not on her watch. Comes in, nice, clean, on time, ready. Beautiful read.
Lehigh now with possession, serves it over nicely. Virginia Tech with 3 hits, they get it over. Lehigh tried to block, but was unable to. Giving it out of bounds. Virginia Tech with the point, and possession.
All right, Borer on the service line. Tough serve over the net.
Lehigh gets the point.
That was a great serve and a great reception by Borer. 0 on Virginia Tech side. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a kill out of it, so point goes to the Hawks.
Hawks serve it over the net. Virginia spikes it down. No contact was made with Lehigh on that one, giving Virginia their 9th point of the set.
14 with the kill. You really gotta keep an eye on her. You blink and boom, the kill goes right past you. Great pace on it.
Virginia Tech serves, goes over the net. Lehigh bumps it, sets it up, taps it over. Virginia Tech unable to block it.
All right. That was a difficult kill because you would think it would have been shut out, but it actually like threads and the needle goes in between the blockers and the net. It makes it very difficult to come up with it again.
Lehigh serves after getting their point. Virginia Tech responds. Lehigh gets it back. Lehigh sends it down the middle. Virginia Tech is able to respond. They spike it down. Lehigh is unable to respond, giving Virginia Tech their 10th point of the set. Serves it over the neck, Virginia. Lehigh responds, bump, set, tap over. Virginia Tech gets it back. They spike it down. Point, Virginia Tech.
They try to slide it over, but Virginia Tech was ready. A great day, and they send it back with authority. And the timeout has been called. Hawks are trailing by 7. Virginia Tech has taken quite a lead. I've been talking a lot about the cleanliness of the attacks, but I think it's also important to look into the diversity of them, looking into switching it up and not just going, trying to slide it over, because Virginia Tech, once you send over an easy ball, they will send it back to you and they will get a kill out of it. So it's important to look into cross court, do some line shots. Seems like Lehigh is having some success with running the middle, those quicker attacks, but it all starts from the pass, from that first receive. And that's tough to do when you're facing an opponent like Virginia Tech, who has great serves. They're tough to come up with that fall short sometimes and gets us out of system. So hopefully the Hogs in the huddle, they're getting settled. They're not letting this league get themselves in their head too much. And they're ready to respond. Virginia Tech, they're just keeping the ball going, playing their game, doing what they do best. There's Rodriguez back in the service line.
Virginia Tech serves it over the net. Lehigh responds. Virginia Tech gets it back, try to set it up for the spike. Lehigh was able to respond. Lehigh taps it over. The diving move by Virginia Tech, but they're unable to keep it back into the court, giving Lehigh the point.
Borer shows guts going after that ball, unconsidered whether or not clears it, just making sure it doesn't hit the floor without giving it a shot. Great effort.
Lehigh with possession, serves it over the net with the tip, and it is ace. Virginia Tech tries to dive to get the ball, but is unable to keep it up in the air.
That is a wonderful, wonderful serve by Stewart. One of the unsung heroes, whose name I have not called, but who has been playing her game. She's doing great. That was a short one. Seemed like it wasn't gonna make it, and it did. Caught Virginia Tech a little bit off guard. Great job.
Stewart is a junior, middle blocker for the team, and is majoring in industrial and systems engineering. More of the court seems to be being wiped down. Lehigh serves it over, makes it over the net, but it is out of bounds.
All right, that's the first service error we've seen in a while. Both teams have been pretty crisp, pretty clean from the service line. Service error on Lehigh. Goes a little bit out of bounds. A little long.
Virginia Tech serves it over, makes it over the net. Lehigh tries to keep it in bounds, has one more hit to make it over the net. They do it. Virginia tries to get it up nicely. It's a block by Lehigh, but they drop it, giving Virginia the point. Even with the big moves to keep the ball in, and it's the small ones that can cost them the point. Virginia Tech serves it over, makes it over the net. Lehigh bump, set, spikes it over. Virginia blocks, sets it up nicely. It's blocked by Lehigh. Lehigh sets it up now. Bump, set, spike down. Virginia Tech is able to respond by bumping. Now they try to set it up. Lehigh with the spike down before Virginia Tech even gets the chance.
A kill by the setter. You can never neglect the setter.
That was McKenna Smith.
She's a front row. She very much can attack, and that she did. Wow.
Lehigh serves it over the net. Virginia Tech bumps it back. Spike it down. It is out of bounds by Virginia, giving Lehigh the point.
That was a great momentum play. Let's see if the Hawks can capitalize off of it. Keep it on their side of the court. That kill was a little long. Great pace on it, though.
Lehigh serves. Virginia Tech responds. Double block here going on. Virginia Tech is able to.
Shouts at the net. Ball ends up dropping on the Hawks' side. The point goes to Virginia Tech. Neither team is giving it up. Great efforts are being made.
Few subs being made now. Virginia serves it over. Lehigh responds with a tap over. Virginia was not there to respond, giving Lehigh the point.
Seems like it wasn't the cleanest kill, but hey, it dropped on the other side of the court. Point was made.
Lehigh serves it over the net. Virginia tries to set it up. They tap it back over. It is called out of bounds.
All right.
Lehigh gets the point.
The setter tries to get aggressive as well on Virginia Tech's side. Unfortunately, it's out of bounds.
Lehigh serves it over the net again. Virginia with 3 hits. The spike, and Lehigh is unable to respond to that spike down. Hit one of our players and went out. Bounce off can be hard to control. Virginia Tech did get the point and are now setting up to serve. The serve was hit, went over the net. Lehigh seemed to not be prepared on that one. That was an ace on Virginia Tech, giving them another point.
We rarely see Brown be caught off guard, but hey, that's not going to stop her. She's back, she's ready. Here we go.
They serve it over. Lehigh able to respond this time. Setting it up, tap it over the net. Virginia Tech bump, set, spike it down. Virginia Tech tries to hit it back. That was a very close back and forth there. Lehigh was able to respond to the spike set by Virginia Tech, but when it back over, Virginia was able to respond back, giving them the point. Another timeout has been called.
That was a powerful kill. Brown was able to get under it. Fortunately, they weren't able to get a kill out of it.
Some more on Gracie Kaiser. She's the outside hitter of the team, junior. From Tampa, Florida. Went to Tampa Prep and is majoring in population health. You gotta give some recognition to Kylie Brown. Brown is from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, so really seems to be making her mark here. She is the libero of the team, defensive specialist, junior in arts and sciences here at Lehigh. Played for Bethlehem her whole life, it seems. And now we are back, continuing with the third set. Virginia hits it over the net. Hits the top a little, but Lehigh is able to respond. Virginia Tech spikes it down. Lehigh blocks, but keeps it in the air on their possession. Sets it up. Lehigh hits. Virginia blocks.
All right, you were able to side out on that block.
The block made by Virginia Tech did go out of bounds, giving Lehigh the point.
And it was an intimidating one, too. It went quite over the net. But Moni still took a rip out of it, and we got a point.
Lehigh hits it over the net. Virginia Tech sets it up. They spike it down, giving them the point. It is 18-11, Virginia Tech.
All right, Francis sends that down.
Virginia hits it over the net. Lehigh responds with a bump, sets it back, spikes it down. It is out of bounds. Virginia Tech with the point. Another timeout has been called with Lehigh.
They're challenging that last plate, so they're running it back. This also serves as an opportunity for the Hawks to huddle up. Heckler's giving them the talk, lighting the fire on them, seeing if they could get back in the groove.
What do you see that Virginia Tech is doing to keep them in the lead that Lehigh is currently lacking?
That's a great question. I think from what I've been observing, it's all about the defense, because both sides have great offensive, they have great pins, they have great hitters to choose from, and the setters are running their offense, but it's all about the defense, I'd say. I think that just comes from experience, because number 4, Rodriguez, on the Virginia Tech side, they played actually for the Dominican national team these past 3 summers. So obviously she's well seasoned, she's a grad student, she has a lot of experience under her belt, so she knows, she's been to a lot of games, she's gotten quite difficult balls sent her way, so she knows she's ready. I think for Brown, Brown is a junior as well, so she also has a lot of experience under her belt as well. I am curious to see if it is as extensive as Rodriguez's, but she's also doing quite well for herself as well. And she is. She's actually, I stand corrected. I was actually underestimating the libero for the Hawks, but she's actually one of the best in the state, has earned the All-States honors in 2019 and in 2020. So we got well-seasoned liberos. It's all about, so it's really a question of who's helping her out. On Virginia Tech, she has a lot of options in the back row as who are able to come up with digs.
We're back, and Lehigh gets the point. Virginia Tech started with the serve. Lehigh was able to spike it down, giving them the point. It's important to stay in it. Lehigh tips it over the net with that serve. Seemed to be a little deceiving accidentally.
All right, Thompson with the serve. Deceiving it was. Perhaps Virginia Tech didn't think it would clear the net, and it did. Point
Another serve over. Virginia Tech sets it up, bump set spike. Is able to spike it. That was inside. Point goes. Point did go to Virginia there. Virginia serves it over. It's out of bounds. Lehigh gets another point. Seems to go back and forth here with the points. No one seems to be taking charge. Lehigh sets it over. Play it, they spike it down. Lehigh responds. The ball did go out of bounds by Lehigh, giving Virginia the point. Virginia is now 4 points away from the win. Virginia serves it over, hits the net, point Lehigh. Lehigh gets possession of the ball.
So now that's their chance. When Virginia Tech seems to be slipping up ever so slightly, some cracks.
Lehigh makes the same error right back, hitting the net on the serve, polarizing each other out.
That's your opportunity to be clean. So when you have an error like that, at least there were both errors on both sides.
Sure, the pressure is on.
Pressure is on.
Lehigh sets it back over, but Virginia is able to block it. They set it back up, and they get the point.
Awesome.
Lehigh with the set on the other side.
Right. Great cross-court shot. Rodriguez wasn't able to come up with this, so the point goes to the Hogs.
The game is close. Lehigh still seems to be in it. Lehigh sets it over the net. Virginia Tech bumps, sets it, spikes it over, but hits it too much. It is out of bounds, giving Lehigh the point. Out of bounds by Virginia.
Now this is exciting. Lehigh is catching up. Virginia Tech's making a couple mistakes here and there, and look who's back on the service line. All right, we got number.
Lehigh serves
We
it
got
over
9,
the net.
Smith. Last time she was on the serving
It is
line,
spiked down by number
Lehigh
17.
went on a run.
Right there, we just had a serve back over into Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was able to hit it back over to Lehigh's side, but Lehigh spiked it down, giving them the point, and we are now in a timeout.
Lehigh is catching up. We're closing the gap. It's now between 4 points. This is an excellent opportunity because now you got number 9, you got Smith on the serving line. Last time they did that, they went on a run. They were able to catch up because they were also trailing a little bit behind. Hence why the timeout was called quite aptly. Smith is a force. As a setter, we saw her get aggressive, snap down, unexpectedly made some kills.
Lehigh's got to do what they can to stay alive here.
They do. She has some great assists, and her serves are quite tough to come up with as well. It gets Virginia Tech out of system.
Players coming back onto the court.
And so while being out of system is not really too much of a challenge for Virginia Tech, it does get them a little bit unsettled ever so slightly. So it does make them make some impromptu mistakes. Or switch up a little last minute, which could lead to miscommunication, which is an opportunity for the Hogs to come
Lehigh
in.
serves it over. Virginia Tech is able to spike that down. Responds to the serve with bump, set, spike. Right into the middle. Lehigh unable to get to the ball. Subs being made by Virginia Tech. Virginia serves it over, makes it over the net. Lehigh responds with bump, set, spikes it over. Virginia keeps it in the air, sending it back over. Lehigh bumps it, bumps again, set. It is blocked by Virginia. Lehigh is unable to respond, giving Virginia the point.
And it's set point for Virginia Tech.
This would give Virginia the win. Virginia sets it over. Lehigh responds with a set. Another set, they spike it up. Lehigh with the point. Virginia tries to keep it in the air, runs into the net.
Lehigh fights off a set point. Can they do it again?
Lehigh serves it over, makes it over the net. Virginia responds with bump, set, spikes it down. That is in. Correction, that ball went out. Lehigh did get the point there.
Fought off a second set point.
That was a close one there. Set it over the net. Virginia runs it to the side. Point Lehigh. Lehigh staying in the game. Virginia unable to keep the ball within the court, hits it outside.
Lehigh fought off yet again another set point. That'll
Served by Lehigh.
definitely make Virginia Tech be a little bit on edge.
Virginia Tech sets it up well. Hits the net
And
on the outside.
And that's a fourth set point fought off by the Hogs.
The spike there by Virginia went outside the line, giving Lehigh the point. And another serve over the net. Virginia tries to hit it over, giving Lehigh an opportunity to set up. Gives a spike down, and it is a point to Lehigh.
It's when you need the point, when you need it the most, you send it to Monem.
It is a win-by-2 situation here.
Lehigh has fought off 5 set points, are within a point of Virginia Tech.
Within like the last minute here, we had a lot of action going on. Lehigh staying alive in the game. Seems to be a lot of intensity for both sides. Virginia Tech trying to keep it together. Pressure is definitely on, especially with that one final point. It's definitely hard to get in your head, be anxious.
Oh, it's super on. It is super on. Have you seen these last plays? Like, that's incredible. Lehigh fought off 5 set points, which is pretty unprecedented in volleyball. So, of course, it's going to crank up the pressure. Of course, it's going to get Virginia Tech on edge. They think they should be one and done, and it has not been the case. It has not been the case. These couple of plays have been all about resilience, and the Hogs have definitely demonstrated that. For Virginia Tech, it's time to lock in, and for Lehigh, keep it up. Go on a serving run. The momentum's on your side. Use it.
Lehigh scores another point here. It will be going by win by 2. Another set point. Lehigh with the ball. Serve it over. Virginia Tech sets it up. They spike it down. Lehigh responds, sets it back up, spikes it back down, and get the point. It is now a tie game, 24-all. The game is now going to be win 1/25, win by 2 situation.
All right, so now it's anybody's game. Lehigh has successfully fought off 6 set points.
Lehigh sets it back up, goes over the net. Virginia Tech was able to get a point on that one.
They have ended the Lehigh run. Lehigh went on a 6-point run. Was able to catch up, tied.
Virginia Tech with possession again.
During match point.
Seems to switch the rotation here.
Shout out to Brown again for that last play, getting that ball up, making it happen for her team.
Virginia Tech is able to serve it over, but Lehigh responds, bump set, spike it up. They tap it over for Lehigh, but Lehigh is able to respond to Virginia Tech. They spike it over, they try to block it, they keep it in the air, spike it over. Lehigh keeps it up in the air. This is a great rally going back and forth. Virginia Tech keeps it up, tries to spike it down. Lehigh blocks, but keeps it into the air. Lehigh pumps. They one more hit to set it up. They set it down. Virginia Tech still keeping it in the air. Virginia Tech spikes it down. Lehigh sets it up with a set, spike. Virginia Tech hits it over. But Lehigh is able to bounce it. The call was not made though. Lehigh was called to rule. Was ruled
All right,
to hit the floor.
Keckler grabs a challenge card for this last play.
Very intense situation going on here. Lehigh.
And she's challenging it. All right. We're going into the challenge. We're reviewing that last play, which decides the entire match. Great move by Coach Keckler.
The ball was called down.
But it seems like the Hawks are saying that they got it up. I don't know about you, but my heart's racing. This has been an exciting match, this last set in particular.
Always
but
comes
she's
down.
not done. She is not done. Not until Lehigh says so. Here we are in review.
That was a really intense rally going back and forth. Lehigh keeping it in the air. Virginia keeping it in the air.
You just didn't know when it ended.
And apparently, we still don't know if it did.
We do not. We don't know about you folks, but we are on the edges of our seats.
This call here will be determining whether or not the match is over. On that play there, Lehigh seemed to have put it over the net, but Virginia blocked it back, and it looked like it hit the floor, but Lehigh kept it up. Not sure if it hit the floor before they were able to respond back. That is what is under review now.
This is what makes the Hawks truly stand out. Resilience. It was truly all about resilience, because very rarely is there a team who's able to fight up a set point or two, or in this case, 6 consecutive set points.
And the call
in
has
this
been
case,
made.
The call is overturned and the point goes to Lehigh. Game on. Game on.
Virginia Tech still with possession of the ball, having another chance to serve it over. Lehigh's still staying alive in this team. They don't back down from the challenge. They're not giving up that easily. Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh responds, bounce, set, spike. Spikes it down! It is now a tie game again, 25 all. Lehigh spikes it down.
Right. And that's why it's not over, folks. That's why. Libero comes with a beautiful dig. And that's exactly what we were discussing earlier, that middle, running the middle for that quick attack. Lehigh's having a great time with that.
Lehigh sets it over,
That from
makes it over the net,
offense.
spikes it down by Virginia Tech, giving them the lead again.
And Virginia Tech responds.
Quick response.
They go, if you can do that, we can do that as well. The Hawks were tied with Virginia Tech for a spell there.
Match point. Virginia Tech serves it over. Lehigh responds, bouncing it, setting it, tries to spike it over. It is out of bounds, giving Virginia Tech the win over Lehigh. But we got to give them credit. They stayed alive that whole game. It was a very close call. Although they did not win a set, they really held it out for that last set.
That was an exciting game. Unfortunately, it did not go in the Hawks' favor, but they played with guts. They were tenacious, they were resilient, they never gave up on the ball.
Both teams now shaking hands.
Great game.
Really well played by both sides,
Net.
yes. Virginia just seemed to keep that winning streak going on. They just seemed to play harder.
Usually everybody talks about the hitters. It's all eyes on who the offense is, but I have to give a special shout out to the setters on both sides of the net. Both Smith and Borer were excellent. Both really aggressive, showing exactly the breadth of what it means to be a setter, showing what they can do.
Definitely. I definitely saw some things from the outside hitters, keeping it in the court, keeping the ball alive, trying to pass it back in, trying to get it over the net. Did a great job, every position. Even if in the end they didn't come out with the win, they could definitely learn from this.
Yeah, both teams played a great game. Virginia Tech will definitely use it as momentum for their other games coming up.
Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Melina Sheldon.
And she was here with Janine Chacha.
Thank you so much for joining here today. This was Lehigh Sports Broadcasting Club. Have a nice